Warning, the following audio transmission will forever change your outlook on society. You will no longer believe the narrative. You are about to wake up and see things for what they really are. News, facts, and opinions. This is the Doom Daily Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Doom Daily Show. I am your host, Jester Dooms, the email doomdailyshow@gmail.com, the website, www.jestersvoice.com, everywhere on social media at Jester Dooms. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the show with notifications turned on so you automatically get the notification that we've put out a new episode. All right. Today is Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. I hope your day is going fantastically. And did anybody catch, I know the Aurora Borealis lights were visible last night in different parts of the U.S. So I wonder if y'all caught those. Let me know. Hit me up on the website. Just leave me an audio message. Be like, no, I didn't see him. I was sleeping, asshole, or something like that. And we'll know if you did or you didn't. Yeah. So I think my wife and I were having a conversation yesterday, and it's like, we don't remember this happening when we were kids. Okay. I remember one time being a kid and seeing what I thought was the Northern Lights, but I don't know if it was or it wasn't. And it was only for all of 5 minutes and it was gone. So I don't know. But does anybody else have like this mindset that all these strange things are happening now and we are like, we didn't have these things when we were a kid, or we're repeating events? Like, I swear to God, I remember being a kid and them talking about comets like, oh, make sure you go out and you look at this comet because it only comes around once every 100 years. And then they're saying it again within my lifetime. Or this thing with these lights. I don't remember this being a thing when I was a kid. When I was a kid, if you wanted to see the Northern Lights, you had to go to the fucking North Pole. Now it's like a few times a year, more frequently, we're seeing these. What the fuck is happening? Am I the only one that's catching on to this? Am I the only one that's realizing this? I don't know. It's very strange. But then the other interesting thing is some of these lights are only visible with different filters on your phone. We didn't have these phones 20 fucking years ago. All right. So was this why we weren't informed? Because you didn't have one to see this? Like, what was, you know what I mean? Like, what was really going on? Anyway, that's my bitch of the day. I don't know. I went down a rabbit hole the other day with the Mandela effect. And if you guys don't know what the Mandela effect is, basically a Mandela effect is everybody remembering something a certain way, and it turns out it was never that way. And this isn't you remembering like, oh yeah, Bob used to have a yellow convertible. Turns out it was always a blue convertible. Like, no. This is a mass group of people misremembering. So Nelson Mandela's death in prison, that's one of them. The Sinbad Shazam movie that never happened is another one. The Fruit of a Loom cornucopia is another one. Okay. But it seems like there's been more and more Mandela effects surfacing. Okay. And a lot of people think that this has something to do with CERN and the Hadron Collider. I don't know. I don't know. There's people that have gone out there and have done research and says, yeah, it's definitely all this stuff kind of started when that thing first got turned on with their crazy particle accelerator. I don't know if there's a connection to that or not. What I do know is I'm either A, misremembering a lot of shit, or things are starting to kind of repeat themselves. And then things are happening now as an adult that simply did not happen when I was a kid. And the comets are a big thing. I remember being a kid and then being like, yeah, this comet only comes by every 100 years. And then it's coming by again. I'm like, well, I didn't live to be 100 and what the fuck ever. So why am I seeing this again? And then going back to the lights, the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis, like that's something that was not prevalent in childhood. And now it's very fucking frequent. It's very interesting or odd. Or what did we do to change or manipulate the planet to where this is now something that is happening? I know we didn't do my typical usual intro of like, hope your day is well, and this is what I did yesterday and stuff. But it's been weighing on my mind, ladies and gentlemen. I had to get that out, I guess, in the first part of the segment there. So anyway, my Monday, it consisted of moving a lot of dirt, freezing my ass off, fixing a fucking water pump. And I will tell you about these homestead woes in the first segment of the show. And, getting just a ton of dirt moved for the cistern tank that I spoke about on yesterday's show. Okay, moved a lot of dirt, still have a lot of dirt moving to go. I will be plugging away at that again today. And I also have my concrete beam delivery coming today. So as you guys are driving down the road, listening to this, or hanging out at work, or jamming out, or if the dog hears me, what's up, Spot? I will be over here plugging away on the old homestead projects because that is what we do. But I hope your day does go fantastic. I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday. I hope that the stars align for you. I hope that you didn't have a long wait at the gas pump. I hope that the coffee was good and fresh and hot this morning. It's funny. I have certain people that listen to the show that I know right now, and I know they hear this morning spiel, and I just think about like some of them, like what they actually do in the morning. And then some of them are fighting with their spouse, and some of them are dead asleep when this comes out because they got off night shift. So I know that not everybody hears this in the morning, guys. So if you're one of those people that's like, yeah, fuck you, Jester, I fucking hate your more happy mornings bullshit, whatever, right back at you, babe. Anyway, we'll be right back after these messages. Producer Scooter, if you would, sir, push that button.
Hey, Producer Scooter here. First off, thank you for downloading and participating in the wide world of Jester Doom. Please be sure to check out jestersvoice.com website. Everything you want to know is located on jestersvoice.com. If you're looking for salacious details, it's on jestersvoice.com. Don't forget to share the show with your friends and even with all your enemies. And now, back to the musings of Jester Doom.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Doom Daily Show. I'm your host, Jester Dooms. Over there in the corner, 1,000 miles away, is the lovely, the talented, the kind of greasy Producer Scooter. No, it's not that you look greasy. It's when I touch you, you're slimy. Yes, I don't know. Soap? Yeah. $4.99 at Walmart. Don't use the Simple Green or the Purple Power. Okay, you got it. There's a little bit left above your lip. Okay, and you're good. All right, so the email, doomdailyshow@gmail.com. Everywhere on social media at Jester_Dooms. The website, www.jestersvoice.com. Okay. So I want to turn to this little bit of this homestead woes. The homestead woes. So yesterday I had discovered that our pump from our shallow well took a big healthy shit, and it was indirectly mine and my father's fault. So there is a procedure in the winter where we watch the temperatures, and if the temperature is going down to freezing, depending on how freezing, if it's going down to like 31 or 32, we're usually okay. But 30 and below, we can expect water lines to freeze. So it was Sunday night. We went out to dinner and went out, had a good dinner. I wasn't home to even think to go work on the water or whatever. My father was on the compound, and I asked him if he could go and disconnect the water lines. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I forgot to ask my father to go and disconnect the water lines is what had happened. But he also did not take the initiative to call me to ask me if I did it or even check the temperature himself. So the pump, what ended up happening was the water lines froze. The low tank float sent the signal to the pump to kick on and start pumping water. It obviously couldn't, so it fried itself. So had to replace the pump yesterday. And I'm not really happy about it because we were buying, for the transferring of the water, we were buying a good cast iron, like heavy duty, half horsepower pump that would run all day if it needed to, and it never overheated. It was fantastic, right? Well, I don't want to mention this store's name because I am a fan of the store. Okay. So I don't really want to, you know what? Fuck it. No. Fucking Tractor Supply, man. Fucking Tractor Supply. You know what? I spend money there. I should be a satisfied customer to the end. So they have discontinued these pumps that we were using for our shallow well. Fine, fair enough. Hopefully to upgrade to something better. Nope. Plasticast pumps. Got away from the heavy-duty cast iron housings to go with Plasticast. Plastic pumps. Plastec. Now, I'm telling you what, every I don't care what material it is, everything can fucking fail. All right? Everything can fail. The end. It can fail. But when I count on something to work like a dog and have no quit, my mind doesn't gravitate toward plastic. So this is a potential problem for me moving forward in the future as far as, I guarantee these plastic-driven pumps are not going to last as long as these cast pumps. Now, the lifespan of the pumps we buy, they really vary, but they're warranted really good, right? So if one takes a shit, you can go down the store, you can get another one, throw it on there, you didn't have to pay anything, you're good to go. Now, these in particular are something that's probably going to need to be warrantied out quite frequently, which creates an inconvenience for me, which makes my life a big pain in the ass. Now, because what I'm doing for moving water on the homestead here is very untraditional, there's not many people out there that make the kind of pump that I need for longevity. Like, I'm not going to find something that I'm going to put down there that's going to last 20 fucking years. Okay? I am going to be experimenting with some different things in the future, but this is how things are operating currently. All right? So, moving forward from this debacle of the pump story. So, this sucked up some of my dirt moving time yesterday, and it's going to suck up my time again today because, again, overnight last night we had freezing temperatures, which means all this had to be ripped apart and disconnected and drained. And as soon as the temperatures get above freezing today, I will go and I will get the thing hooked back up and ready to rock and roll, and hopefully it'll pump like nobody's business and do a really good job, and we won't have anything to worry about. This is a lot of the reason how I was talking about the cistern tank. This is a lot of the reason I want to do the cistern tank as well. Because now I have all the rainwater collection. Everything is going to be housed indoors, and I don't have to worry about moving water from hundreds of feet away. And I also don't really have to worry about anything freezing. So that's kind of the moving forward point of this. Like, the point of moving forward is, not having to deal with this bullshit anymore. The freezing of the pumps and the crap we go through dealing with this shallow well and everything else. It's the cistern is a mean to an end. And I know a lot of people are like, dude, why don't you just do a well? The first thing is the cost of the well is exuberant. And every time I've found a guy to do one, he somehow mysteriously disappears or gets busy for a reasonable price. And I don't really want to. See, here's the thing with me in a well is I know that wells have a lifespan, pumps have a lifespan, okay? And I know that I'm going to get better, cleaner water. I know that. But the upfront cost can't outweigh my temporary small costs. That's the big thing here. We have no issues throughout the summer, spring, and fall. We have a few brutal weeks of winter where we have freezing issues, and that's the only thing that combats this water system that we have worked out going, okay? In the future, I will more than likely have something different. And I actually, I was talking to my wife yesterday about potentially doing something different with the other spring for essentially for water, moving of the waters. And I don't know if we're going to entertain that idea or not. I just might start investigating a little bit of the area of where I want to put this said pumping apparatus that I want to do, because I think it would work out very freaking well. No pun intended. But it is one more project that doesn't need to be started right now. But anyway, I just wanted to get into that pump shit a little bit because my mind is hyper fixated on certain things tonight. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. These things I'm hyper fixated on, so I can just get them out there and then be done. Anyway, we'll be right back after these messages.
Jester from It's Doomsday Podcast and the Doom Daily Show here. Do you ever find yourself overloaded with way too much information? Too many logins, too many passwords, too many websites for stuff you like? Yeah, I'm the same way. You don't have to worry about that with the Doom Daily Show and its Doomsday Podcast. Let's make it simple. Just visit linktree.com/JesterDooms. Add it to your bookmarks. That way, when you need to find the right information, it's right there, under a tap of your finger or a click of your mouse. Go to linktree.com/JesterDooms. Get it, got it, done. Remember, no one has all the answers, but this will provide you with a place to start. linktree.com/JesterDooms. And now, on with the conversation. And here's Jester.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Doom Daily Show. Again, I'm your host, Jester Dooms. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the show. And don't forget what your code word of the week was. If you didn't get your code word of the week, you better go back and listen to yesterday's episode. I've had enough of you guys not doing this. All right, so let's do a New Year's resolution check-in, shall we? Is everybody keeping up with their resolutions? Mine, I have definitely slowed way down on the nicotine pouches, have slowed way down. The amount of money that I've saved this month on nicotine pouches is pretty fucking drastic. So I have cut usage of the nicotine pouches way back. And especially from a financial standpoint, have cut way back. All right, so that's good. My water intake, I would say, has increased a little bit, but I'm not where I want to be yet. And it's the problem of keeping myself in check with everything that's going on around me. It's a me thing. It's a nobody else thing. As far as the sugar reduction, I am reducing the sugar, not as much as I would like to, but I also am cutting other things out as well. So we're working on it. We're getting there. We're trying to keep the resolutions going. And my other one that was out there was, and it's not really season for this yet, but it's I'm doing more hiking this year. I didn't get to go out a lot last year, so I was a little pissed off at myself. But I mean, I miss my very long weekend hikes. I miss those, and I want to get back to that. And it's life got in the way last year a lot, and I don't think life is going to be in the way so much this year. So that's good. But we're going to get back to it. But yeah, so if you guys have, more than likely, a lot of you have probably already given up on your resolutions less than 1 month in. But I did hear something from a fellow TikToker, one that I follow and he follows back, and I watch his videos. Never watched mine though. Where you been, bro? Where you been? Anyway, he was talking about how we set resolutions at the wrong time of the year. That spring is the actual time for resolutions because that is the time of rebirth. That we're all in this facade of new year, new you, and that's not an accurate description of how it should really be. There are things, okay? If you say to yourself, hey man, it's the first of the year, I gotta get tighter with my money this year, I gotta budget better, then yeah, you're starting a new year, a new tax year. I mean, yeah, that is the time to do that. But as far as the gym and the activeness and all these things, it's no. They figured out a good fucking scam, dude. And that scam is they know you can't go outside and work out in January, February, and it's fucking freezing. So new year, new you, go buy a fucking gym membership. That's what that's about. That's what it is, man. The end. And also grocery stores aren't, grocery stores still need to move proteins. Okay. So we all buy in the summertime, we're all buying the proteins, right? You're buying the burgers, the dogs, the steaks, the chicken breast. You're buying all these things, right? You're buying all those good lean meats for grilling season. What happens in the wintertime? You don't want the grilling foods anymore. You want chili. You want pot pie. You want meatloaf with potatoes. This is what you're craving. This is what you want. But it's amazing when you start talking diet and exercise. It's oh no meatloaf and potatoes for you. No dinner rolls. What's wrong with you? No pot pie. What are you, stupid? No, lean meats, fresh vegetables. Lean meats, fresh vegetables. And what's funny is we all get in this kick in January when none of these vegetables are freshly grown in this country. Don't you find that to be a bit suspicious? Don't you find that to be a bit odd? Enjoy your Mexican vegetables or your Costa Rican fruits or whatever it is that you're getting, because we don't have them here because they are totally out of fucking season currently. But it's amazing. Go to the store the other day. My wife's like, check these out. I was like, what are these? I was like, white strawberries. She goes, I think they're called pine berries. I'm like, oh, white strawberries. Cool. How come I've never fucking seen these in my life? And then I start seeing like everybody with them. Like it's this new craze that just came out, the white fucking strawberry. What are they doing to make the strawberries white, first off? Because that's not the natural color for the strawberry. The natural color for the strawberry is red. And pine berry? No. It's a fucking strawberry. It's a damn strawberry. It's not growing off a damn pine tree. So I'm very confused what the fuck is happening with these white strawberries and why everybody has them all of a sudden when my whole entire life I've never fucking seen them before. It's amazing, isn't it? I think in 2026 our eyes are going to be open to something very fucking huge. Like we're going to find out that they did do something with CERN. We're going to find out we're like a year behind. We're going to find out why we had such a crazy superstorm in 2024. We're going to see things. Like I think the veil is going to be lifted on some things this year because there's too many unanswered questions and there's too many people out there poking the bear wanting answers. So the other day I'm hanging out here and I've got a helicopter. It's flying back and forth across the sky over my house. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, okay, maybe there was a bad accident and they're flying people out. I'm like, I'm checking all the calls and stuff. There's nothing. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I finally get a glimpse of this helicopter. It's not a medical helicopter, but it's got this giant rod sticking out the front. And that I remembered, like, I can see what's up there because I have the flight radar app. So I could see what's up there. What the fuck is happening? So I go and I look at this helicopter, and it's a helicopter that's a geoseismic something company. Like it's a business, and they're doing some kind of aerial survey, which is fine, whatever, do your job. But I sent the flight path to my buddy who's a pilot and sent him a picture of the helicopter. I was like, this is made for a very interesting morning. And he's like, what, you worried they're up there spraying shit and your balls are going to fall off? I'm like, no, just trying to figure out why they're up there. Like, what are they doing? Are they trying to see if the area has drastically shifted due to Hurricane Helene, or are they trying to check like the new, like how much land has actually shifted with the landslides? Like, I'm just thinking maybe that's why they're up there. He's like, oh, because he thinks I'm crazy for believing in like the chemtrails and shit. So yesterday, I sent him a picture of a clear blue sky with not one chemtrail in the sky. And I said, look at how clear this sky is. It's almost like it's a federally recognized holiday. No response to the, no like, hey, you crazy conspiracy theorist, blah, blah, blah. He's just like, yeah, it's pretty clear here too. And I'm like, damn it, it was totally missed. He doesn't understand. I've been telling him for like the last 2 years that like you never see them spray these things on government holidays. Like on federal holidays, they're not up there. I was like, that's your fucking answer, man. They are not up there on the federal holidays. They're not. And he thinks I'm nuts. But again, we've proved it again. I don't know where everybody was at yesterday, but let me know if you saw anything in the sky yesterday. Because I know I did not. Because again, federal holiday, they're not spraying. They don't spray on the federal holidays. They do not. So you gotta kind of start asking yourself a little bit, what is this all for? Typically, when somebody is doing something harmful in the background, it's because there is an overall goal. There is a means to an end. There's a reward, light at the end of the tunnel, grand prize, something. But with how we talked initially in the beginning of the show about, the Mandela effect, how we talk now about them spraying shit in the skies, how we talk about everything on the show of how there's always a very easy answer, but you have to like look at the situation through kid glasses and kind of see the most obvious outcome. You got to ask yourself, what is this all for? I've been watching a lot of different creators lately on social media, and no specific content, just a vast majority of different kinds of content creators, people that do the lip syncing, people that do like the survival content, people that are doing car content. Just like my algorithm has been shifted kind of to all over the place. And I've just been taking it all in and seeing what everybody's doing. And none of what they're doing matters. But what I did subconsciously realize with all of this is everybody out there just wants that attention. And you ask yourself, well, what is the goal for this? And the goal is for everybody to become antisocial. Likes behind the screen of a phone and comments behind the screen of a phone are good. Interacting with people in public and somebody saying, hey, you have a nice shirt, or, hey, I really like your shoes, that's bad. We don't want social interaction in person. That's bad. So I'm watching a lot more creators now do lives that really have no reason for being live. Like, they're not talking about anything interesting. They don't have a specific group. They're just staring at the screen, not knowing what to do. And I came to the conclusion it's that they're just desperate for some human interaction. And everybody becoming a social media influencer and everybody becoming a creator is simply just kind of pigeoning this and moving forward. I didn't get into podcasting or the social media stuff because I was craving attention from people. When we started the It's Doomsday podcast, it was for one specific principle. Me and my friends, my in-person friends, believed that some bad shit was coming down the pipeline. All right. And we were right about a lot of shit. And one of our biggest things we were in fear of were people that were not prepared. So we figured if we started a podcast and started putting useful information out there for people in the realm of preparedness content, that it would somehow increase our odds of survival. So the It's Doomsday podcast, which is a prepper podcast, was a prep in itself for other people out there. So we would have less people to worry about in the event that shit hit the fan. Isn't it amazing how the shit comes full circle? Thus led me to kind of like the social media world, enjoying the interaction and talking about things I'm passionate about. It's fantastic. Meeting so many awesome people online. And I mean, it's no secret that I do befriend people from social media and other creators and stuff, and we will collab and work together, and I will meet them in person because I'm not a bitch and I'm not scared, and I will go. I'm not worried about some big bad dude on the internet kidnapping me. Like, I vet people. I get to know people. There's been a handful of creators that have came and stayed at my house, and I've got some really good friends because of it. People I've known since childhood I don't talk to now. But some of the people I've met through social media, I talk to on the daily, Producer Scooter being one of them. Anyway, to wrap this up, we're going to see some shit this year. I was trying to go into this year very optimistically, but I think that, ladies and gentlemen, I think the big show is going to be this year. I think it's going to be. I think this might be the year where they lift the veil and we get some very, very bizarre, potentially troubling information about how we all ended up here and what's out there beyond the atmosphere. And I'm not saying the visitors are coming, but I'm going to say the precursor to the visitors coming is probably going to be this year. Like, oh, we received a signal, contact's been made. There's definitely life in the universe. I think that's going to be a this year thing. I don't think they're showing up this year, but I think that's what's coming. Anyway. Producer Scooter, before the aliens abduct you, if you would, sir, push that button, please.
News, facts, and opinions. This is the Doom Daily Show.